Idiot.
Okay.
Okay, what's up?
Okay. Well, we have this for this. We have this MIS class,
Mm-hmm.
and this is pretty much like we had to ask you questions related to what you do in your job as a manager,
Mm-hmm.
techniques you use. I mean, and that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so I think the first question that we need to ask you is like a little about yourself and your background, how you got to be in IT and maybe a little bit about your education and what led you to where you are today.
I rolled out of the back wrong side of the bed. Sorry, let me close this door real quick.
Well, I wish that happens to me too. Okay.
All right. Hopefully nobody bothers too much. All right, my name is Bruce Paget. I'm a service manager here at Duplicating Products. Currently, we offer office equipment such as copiers, printers, faxes, fax machines, anything that produces a printed page of paper, we sell and maintain. Okay. My history as personal goes. You are recording this or just writing it down?
We're recording and
I
writing it.
I don't want to go too fast. I'm from New York, so I'll talk a little fast.
That's all right. We can go back on the voice if we miss
That's
something.
fine. I retired from the Navy in '94. My background in the military was advanced electronics. I worked on F-14, F-18 missile guidance systems, computer systems. So that was my introduction into computers. Okay. When I retired from the service, I started working in this field doing copiers and fax machines, basically office equipment stuff. Back then, everything was all independent. It was not related to any kind of computers because computers weren't around then. Okay. Well, as the industry grew, they started being able to print to them. They started being able to scan from them. Then you started sending emails from them. Then you can do FTP sites on them, and then there's just there's different dedicated apps to them. And so as the industry grew, I grew with it and learned the IT side of the house because without the IT support, you can't sell and operate the equipment. So my livelihood of selling, of the company's livelihood of selling office equipment was dependent upon our ability to make it work with their computer systems. That was my introduction of how I got got addressed into doing IT work. Okay, does that answer that question?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right. Next one.
Next question's a little about, well, I think you already answered this, a little about your company and what you guys do.
Duplicating Product, we've been here about 25 years. The current owners had it for 15 years. I've been here for about 10 years. We're generally a small company. We have about 23, 24 employees, depending upon what day or what time of the year it is. We're pretty stagnant, or pretty steady as far as our employee count. Most of our employees have been here the full 10 or 12 years. I have a few technicians that are new, have been here a year. Some of them have been here 3 months, but generally over that, everybody's been here at least 4 to 5 years. We're a small mom and pop company. We pretty much take care of our own, so our employees like working here. Okay, we're not the highest paying company in town, but we're the nicest to our people, so people like working here, so they stay here, which is kind of nice. Okay. We service generally small mom and pop places out here in town. We don't really cater to any of the big, large corporations in town. Our average customer is 2 or 3 people in an office doing, whether it be a legal office or a small doctor's office or a dentist office, have 2 or 3 different computers and probably one or two devices they print paper on. In other words, one of our copiers or maybe one of our printers. Usually it's a black and white copier with a little color printer alongside of it to make color devices on. Okay. Our customer base right now is probably about 5,300 customers, which is quite large for the number of people we have supporting it. We are offering now to our customers IT support. We're taking over networks for our customers. Most of our customers being mom and pops, they have a computer they bought from Walmart that has home on it. They have home office on it, and they're trying to run a business on it, and they're having a hell of a time with it. They can't afford to have a big IT group or an IT person come in and charge them $200 or $300 an hour to come in and upgrade them to the latest greatest OS and put Office Suite on it and have them pay for all that stuff and have them maintain their network for them for a couple thousand, $2,000 or $3,000 a month. So what we do is we go in and we work with a customer. They're already our customer as it is. Most of them already pay us a monthly fee to fix their copiers. So what we wound up doing is we added a little extra stipend to it, extra $15, $20 a month to their contract, and we do minor IT work for them. This is how we started out our IT branch. Basically what that did is, if they bought a new computer and you'd have drivers and stuff loaded onto it, you'd have it hooked up for scanning, we'd go in there and it'd be part of the contract. We'd walk in, we'd take their new computer, load the drivers on it, hook them up for scanning, make sure they have right antivirus still onto it, and they'd be good to go. That's how that was our start, or dipping our toes into the IT support world, if you know, for lack of a better term. Since then, now we're growing up into actually full-blown support. We're at a point now where we install drops. We charge our customers for each independent drop. We do full computer support. We do we're not capable of doing full server support yet as far as offsite storage. That is our next step. We're starting that in January. Okay. But right now, a good majority of our customers don't have servers. They have 3 PCs. They want to be able to communicate to each other, all wired up on a hub. And sometimes we walk into them and they have USB hubs connecting 3 computers together, sharing a file. And you all know how slow that is.
Yeah.
So we walk in, we'll get rid of that. We rewire everything. We hook them back up to DSL so they can actually get a full-blown company, full-blown computer system working there. As of the first of the year, we're going to start taking over servers. We're going to start installing servers. We're going to start doing full-fledged IT support for our customers. And again, most of these customers are already our customers currently. We hope to expand to our non-customers by word of mouth. We're not doing any advertising. It's all done by trust and word of mouth. That's the best advertisement. It's worked for us in the years. We don't do any advertising for our copiers. All of our customers are repeat customers or referred to by one of our customers. That's how we get all of our new customers, and been working wonderful for us for all these years. So
nice.
we're still doing the same thing. Going back to the first of the year, we're going to go ahead and offer some of our select customers who have 4 or 5 PCs a server. We're going to actually build a 2012 R2 server for them, put them out there and get them on a server system, and get them on a cloud backup system, and basically take over the whole IT department or the whole IT support on an actual official business, or official case, I guess you want to call it. I'm not going to get into how we're going to charge them or anything, because I don't want that on the net. Did that answer that question?
Yes.
Or did I go too far?
No, that answers it. That's,
okay.
I want to talk to you about that after this too.
Okay.
And the next thing we have is a little bit about your company. We have these systems analysis and design topics that we need to rate between 1 and 3. 1 being essential to your company, 2 being important to your company, and 3 being irrelevant or seldomly needed.
Okay. So you're talking about me in that last statement. I'm relatively needed. Okay. I'm very unimportant, and I'm definitely not needed. But anyhow, we're progressing along here.
So I'll go down through these topics, and if you can just tell me 1 through 3, or you can do this, offline sometime if you want to.
That's fine. We're here. We'll go for it.
Okay. So information system building blocks. That's some of the stuff you talked about.
Right. Well, the building blocks. See, when you let's step away from the questions for a minute and then go to experience, where it works so much better. Whenever you go into an IT environment, okay, if you're the new kid on the block, or if you've never walked into this place before, you need to evaluate the current system. One of the most important things of doing IT is knowing what the customer needs are. You can never go into a company with a cookie cutter setup and saying, this is what we do, poof, here it is, it works. Right. It never does. You always have to tailor it, you always have to move it around. It's always embarrassing when you go in there and say, hey, this will work 100%, or that, you go into that, all of a sudden it's not working like you said it was, because you didn't look to find out that a lot of their programs are web-based. So you didn't set up enough RAM, RAM, and you didn't have enough truck space on your download, download gigabyte system, or I'm sorry, download speed to keep up with the system with their needs. So you're embarrassed. So you got to go back through and charge them more for that because you didn't think about it. Yeah. Planning out what you have to do and planning to the customer's needs is the most important thing you have to do with IT department. Okay, this is for getting new customers in. Okay, or to addressing any new system, whether you're a pre-existing company. If you're a pre-existing customer or a new customer, find out what the customer's needs are first. You go in, spend 30 days with them off and on. Come in once a week, check out, see what's going on. Put a nice little packet sniffer on their network. Find out where everything's going to. Find out what IP addresses schemes are using. Find out how many times people walk in with a laptop and hook up to the system unannounced. Okay, these things you need to know, because if you lock them into an IP scheme, they have 5 computers, you only give them 6 IP addresses, One person comes over to PC, another person comes over to PC. Whoa, well, I can't get on here.
Yeah.
This is 5:30 at nighttime. They're calling you, hey, why the hell can't I get in here? You
Don't have
didn't
enough
put planning.
IPs yet.
So your blocks is is an essential part of it, but that comes after the most essential part, which is listening to what the customer's needs are. Okay.
I agree.
So that would probably be a middle point there.
Okay, so we're gonna say 2 important on that one, and I think there might be one down.
Yeah, we'll
you
get to
know.
that one.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll say,
I'm not much of a paper following person. I like to give you examples and experiences that the way things should work best for me. Okay,
Yeah.
does that make sense?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Let's progress along here.
All right.
okay, information systems development, and I think that's kind of what you talked about,
That's the very
getting in.
most important thing.
getting into
know
newer-
what the customer needs are.
So that is like a 3.
That's the very first. That's
Well, it's a
the
one.
highest
One,
one.
That's
one
a
is
one.
essential,
Oh,
yeah.
that's right.
Project management, I think that goes along with what you're talking about, getting
Yep.
customers' needs, deploying their solution. Okay, we'll give that a 1, 2.
Every time you have a project manager, now that's project management or project manager?
Project management.
Management, okay.
Yeah.
Every time you open up a new place, every time you go in a new place, you assign one person to be that person's contact, okay? The project management is actually project manager when you first step in there. You have one person that knows that system. You assign that company, when they sign a contract, that person is their person. He built
Okay.
it, he worked with them, he knows all the innuendos, he knows all the people in their quirks. You don't have somebody come in and build it. If you go to Earthlink, you go to these other places, they have these techs come in, they roll in here, they build this system, all of a sudden, you're assigned to a guy over here who's never been in your building before.
Right.
Doesn't know anything that's going on. That kills your system. Your system, what was it? Oh, I'm sorry. Your system,
development and
yes.
project management.
yeah, your project management, managing needs to be the project manager who does that deal, okay?
Okay, so you guys assign one person to each customer.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
their project manager.
Now, that's for their specific needs. Now, we do have a call-in booth where they generally call into it. We web into their machines and do oddball repairs, but they have a specific problem. If they go down, we gotta go on site, that's the person who goes on site.
Okay.
Because they know, oh, Rob's here, or they know, Rob's here, okay, Rob, hey, over here, come on, I got this problem with this PC. When you walk in, who's that? I have no idea who that is. Oh, he says he's from DPI. Oh, well, he's not a normal guy. Think we should trust him with our network? Because people are quirky about their networks. They don't
Right.
want anybody
Oh, yeah.
just going and playing, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So whoever goes on site, whoever built it, is the only one who goes on site, unless he's sick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
makes a lot
Right.
of sense.
And I think then the next one, these are all kind of, related: systems analysis, fact finding techniques.
That was all in
Yeah,
all in the
that's-
first one.
I
Know what the
think-
customer
right.
wants. Those are all one.
Yeah, those all are
Okay.
kind of synonymous. Let's see.
Where's this?
Modeling system requirements with use cases. Do you guys use use cases like from other customers? When you go into a customer, do you say, we had a similar dentist office over here that
We
what they
try
did-
not to.
Right.
We try not to because that takes away from their needs, from what we try not to do that because it makes the customer thinks we're not paying attention to them.
Okay.
We're automatically hitting on one thing that the other customer had a problem with, and we think it's their problem.
Right.
You can never go and assume that their problem is the same as another problem. Even when we go and work on copiers, we have this jam on the exit. Okay, well, yeah, that's fine. Maybe two customers may be calling about jam on an exit assembly. Well, this one here is going to be a sensor. This one here is actually in a paper tray when it picked up because there's 4 pages in a row here. There's only 1 page here.
Right.
Even though they have the same problem, 2 different solutions.
Okay.
So you never assume that, yes, well, I have this other company over here that had the same exact problem. We fixed it by doing this. You can't do that because the customer says, well, you're going to let me finish telling you everything I have, all my problems are? You're just
Right.
going to hit on this one.
Right.
Don't ever do that. Now, what you can do is say, look, we have Congaree Bank is one of our customers. We've been servicing them for years. Period. You don't say anything else about their network.
Right. Right.
Network's a secret, okay? You can use them as a advertisement or as a reference, verbal reference, but don't say they had this problem just like you're having, because what you did 2 things. One thing is you told what one of your customers is having problems with, which you never talk to one customer about another.
Exactly.
And another thing is, well, I'm not a bank. How can their problem be my problem? Because I'm just a little dentist. I'm surprised they're having this issue. Totally different environments. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Don't ever compare them.
Okay. So
Use them as a reference, but don't compare them.
use cases, we give it a 3.
Yes.
Give it a bad one, man.
Yes.
Bad
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
Yeah, but that makes a lot of sense. I mean, I did kind of follow up what you were saying.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
Yep.
Data modeling and analysis. Do you guys do much data modeling?
Not really.
Database
Not
stuff?
really. We don't really get into that yet. I don't think I'm ever really going to get into that. we believe in a KISS system, keep it simple, stupid, and that's beyond where I want to go.
Right.
Okay, that's something, if a customer wants to go through data analysis and assistance like that, that's something they'll hire a person specifically for their program, because that's when we run in a program analysis. I want to know how many patients I did this month. I want to know how many, or I want to know how many computers I had fail this month. That's something we may maintain, but you know, if they really want to know this, that's something they can hire somebody to do.
Okay.
We will give them the information they ask, but we're not going to monitor it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Right. So we'll say 3 on that one.
Right.
For your business. Okay. Process modeling. Do you guys go in and, you know, tell them, look at a process and maybe say, hey, we can offer this IT solution that may help?
See, that's
You know,
why
process.
that's why we're going so hard in the IT department, okay, with
Yeah,
support for
that's-
our copiers, because now we have attorneys out there, our copiers have the ability to do scanning on scanning, and it's called PDF archival is what it's called
Okay.
for all of our doctors and our lawyers. And what that does is it compresses the PDF when it scans it and stores it somewhere. Well, a lot of our customers don't know how that works or how it can relate to that. So what we were able to do is we actually say, hey, look, I can say this copier, and I can hook it up to your network system that we can maintain for you, and we can show you how this product can make your company more profitable, more efficient by using our company, our copier, our scanning device with our programs that we're going to install for you. So yes, that is a very important thing. Or a
Okay.
medium. Make that
Yeah,
a 2.
2.
We can't make everything a 1.
No, yeah, no.
But that is why we had to progress from just selling copiers and printers to selling solutions.
Yes.
Okay, they go hand in hand. Okay, because people buy a copier, what they make copy on it. I get paid by each page that comes off that thing. The more they use it, the more they do. And people say that the copier, everything in the computers makes everything paperless. Darn it, we're humans. We want things on our hands.
Right,
Okay?
yeah.
So they're going to scan it in there. Somewhere down the road, they're going to want to print it. So if they scan it on my machine, they're going to print it on my machine. So I'm going to get money there.
Yeah.
Follow me?
Yeah.
So that's why we went to IT. They both go hand in hand with that.
Right. And you got to have the network to print to it.
Uh-huh.
So that's
Exactly right.
That's good. Object-oriented analysis and modeling using the UML. Probably have to look up what UML.
We don't do that.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Let's put that as a 3. Good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Feasibility analysis and system proposal. Yeah, that's what you're just.
Well,
talking
that's what
about.
we're doing, but see, a lot of these little things are put together, all one big picture.
Yeah.
All one
Yeah. I
big
think these
thing.
are all like different elements of.
I think they're pretty much the same basis, the same things, as worded a little differently.
Yeah,
Right.
systems design, application. The next one's application architecture and
Right,
modeling.
and application architecture, where we just say, where I took one of my into attorney and say, hey, look, we can archive all these records. You don't have to worry about these huge wall of files anymore. I can put them all on this little thumb drive, and I'll have it on this little hard drive. I'll put a hard drive on this. I can put all those on this.
Right.
When you have a fire, I can pull this out and run out the door with it, or I can have this backed up to the cloud. You won't have to worry about it. But all that stuff in paper is going to be gone.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point too. So I'm going to put these as one. I think these all go, hand in hand.
Mhm.
System proposal, systems design, application architecture.
Database
All right.
design.
Next one is database design, and you said you guys don't do that.
No, we don't do database design now.
Okay, put that as a
Most of
3.
our customers are dentists and doctors and attorneys, and they already have programs designed specifically that they're used to doing.
Right.
We've learned all those programs, operate them, and do things we need to in them, but we don't design nothing.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. Output design and prototyping, and that's pretty what output design. I think.
We don't do that.
Yeah, I think that has to do with like creating reports
Yes.
and stuff.
Yeah,
like
we
that.
don't do that.
Okay.
The same as input design and prototyping, I guess.
Right. we don't do
Yeah, that has to do with databases.
Right, we don't do
User interface design. You guys don't develop any
No,
programs.
we don't do that because all of our copiers and stuff are preset by the manufacturer. We just marry it up there. Now we can, let me rephrase that or restate that. We have the ability to manipulate and change the defaults and the settings on all of our devices, all of our copiers and stuff to better suit the customer, but it's all preset by. It's all built by Kyocera or Ricoh or whoever.
Right. Yeah, well, I think we should
It's
give
nothing
that.
we design. We just go ahead and do it, but that would probably be a 2.
I think we give that one a 2, yeah, because you have on copiers, you have a button to email to Cindy or
Yep.
email to Nestor. So
Well,
we can
again,
make it
on
easier
a
for
copier, if you're going to go into a system and I'm going to email this to Hester, Ned, Sally, and Sue, but I need to do it double-sided. I need to do it black and white. I want to do it at 200 by 100 DPI, and I want to put and I need to go ahead and put a subject line and a body onto the email before I go into it. That's 5 or 6 different buttons. We can make it all one shortcut.
Right.
So we only have 3 buttons instead of 5 or 6.
Right.
So that's the programming, or that's the manipulation of the displays that we can do, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. I think we should give that one a 2 then.
Mhm.
Systems construction and implementation, that's what we talked about up
Right.
here, so that's a 1.
I covered all those questions in my first 5 minutes.
Yeah, this is good.
minutes
Systems
was the last
operations and support.
Okay.
That's what you guys are getting into now.
That's what we're doing. Well, we've actually been doing it for a little while, but we're officially doing it now. I'm going to start in January. We're going to start billing our customers for it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we're actually having a separate office here made for remote access.
Okay.
We're using GoToAssist applications. Clients on all of our GoToAssist is our go-to for all of our remote work. Okay. It's a
Okay.
nice little program. It's inexpensive. We have one username, one password. Anybody can use it. You can only use it one time, unfortunately, one at a time. So if,
Right.
if I have, but that's what we use. And as we start January, when we start taking over other people's computers and actually doing our whole system, we're going to go to Assist, and it has a client version. We load on our PC. Okay, and that means whether they're open, closed, raining, door, flooding, I don't care what the case is. As long as that computer's on, I can sit in my office over here and I can gain access to their PC. They don't have to be there. Okay, I don't have to go there. They call up and say, hey, look, my computer's running a little slow, I need to have it looked at. We're gonna sit over here in my little office over here that I'm setting up over here for an IT remote room. They're gonna sit in, go up there, log into remote access, go to their PC, use your username and password, get logged in, that we're gonna have for us. Start running antivirus, put it on hold, go to the next PC, do work. Come back this, I'm still running, go back over here and start working on another PC. Okay, this way we don't have to go anywhere, the customer has less downtime, I have less travel time for my technicians, we're more efficient. Okay,
Yes.
and so that's what we're doing.
Okay, so that would be a 1 then, right?
It's not necessary, it's good to have, so it'd probably be a 2.
Okay, 2, yeah.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, a lot of our customers, being mom and pops, they like to be touchy-feely, they like to have us come out, so some of them won't like that.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
of
But we have
Old school,
customers,
right?
right, well, we have customers out in Aiken, we have customers down in Buford, we have customers in Myrtle Beach. And, well, sir, I know you really want me to come out there, I can be there in about 3.5 hours tomorrow, or if you want to give me about 5 minutes and help me log on to it, if they don't have a relative, I'll help you log on to it, I can look at it right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure, where do I want to go? Sure, okay, go to this website and go for it, and we're in.
Do you guys charge a service fee for coming out?
No,
It's all part of
it's
the
all part of the contract.
contract? Okay. Yeah. I was going to say, if you had a service fee for coming out and you had the remote option for free, they'd probably take that over.
Time is a
Yeah.
big demanding thing,
Mhm.
okay? If people know they can be up in 5 minutes and have to go through a little keystrokes to get there versus waiting 3.5 hours for my guy to get there, they're gonna type.
Yeah.
Okay?
I agree.
And when I go out of town that far, it's my hourly rate goes up, okay? And when we get there, we make sure we charge them for a minimum, we don't break down our hours are full hours. So I'm there an hour and 10 minutes, you're paying for 2 hours.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, they're more inclined to let me remote in.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, it's not really a service charge to come out, but they are paying an hourly rate.
Right, well, they're paying me a month, no, see, it's gonna be a monthly rate, it's gonna be a monthly contract. They're gonna pay me so much a month, whether they use me or not,
Right.
okay? So if I'm getting so much a month and I only go out there once a month, or once a year to work on it, in Myrtle Beach, if they, no, I really can't, I lost my, reason why I gotta have you come out here, because my DSL's down, I can't figure out what's going on. Gotta go. Well, that's that's an 8-hour day, okay? They called me that once for the year. I've been making a whole year worth of payments from them.
Right.
So that 8 hours at $200 an hour, $1,600,
Yeah.
I probably made at least that much for that year worth of maintenance fees.
Right.
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 And for the customers who I only go out and do 20 minutes on, charge them and take an hour off their block, I made $1,800.
Yep.
Follow me?
Yeah. Good
You
point.
can't look at, when you're in this business, you can't look at one customer. You have to look at it as a whole picture, okay? I have 14 customers in this bucket, my IT bucket, okay? Overall, every one of those customers, these aren't the prices I'm going generalizing, okay? 14 people in there, everybody's paying me $1,000 a month, okay? Now, those 14 people, that's $1,400, right? Or $14,000, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Out of those people, 6 of them called in for 1 hour each. That's $1,200.
Yeah.
What's $1,200 away from 14,000? A whole lot of money in my pocket.
Yeah.
Although now, if I look at those 2 people where I went out there, I only made half as much on those two, but everybody else made up the difference.
Right.
You cannot think of each customer, you have to think of it as a whole, because some people are gonna be a loss, some people are gonna make all kinds of money, but you're gonna make it on your reputation. Because, hey, I had these people come and do this, they came in and set me up, I'm paying them every month, but I've never had a problem, I never had a reason to call them, they're absolutely wonderful, you need to call them, get them on board, you're having support you.
Yeah.
Word of mouth, that's it. Other person, yeah, no, I've been down twice, but you know, they were here, they got me up in no time at all, and it was well worth the money I spent. I didn't have to worry about calling anybody else. In fact, one time they remoted in, I was up within 15 minutes. I didn't have to wait for them to come out. They were here without even seeing them.
Nice.
Word of mouth. I may lose money on these two, but the other 12, I'm green.
Yes.
Make sense?
Makes sense to
A
me.
lot of sense.
I think that was all of
I'm not just IT, I'm business.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I can
Okay.
tell.
Oh,
I
but
can
see,
definitely tell.
that's the good thing. You're touching every spot. I mean, about what they're teaching us in school. You know,
Mhm.
like computer information systems. I mean, we have to look at every single spot. I mean, like business, technology,
Yeah. Culture,
efficiency,
dealing with
everything.
dealing with
So,
customers.
And I'm glad you're telling us all this.
Oh, yeah. Again, the biggest mistake I've seen people do in the past, and I had a few guys work with me that do this, they assume things. They walk into us, oh yeah, this is a dentist, I just set up a dentist up last month, it went cakework just like this and this and this. He walks in, oh yeah, not a problem. 10 minutes later, look, I could do this whole system for this much money, not a problem. Yeah, come to find out, he's using a totally different system. He's using an NT server. The other guy was using at least 2008. It was serviceable. He's using an NT server. He has 198 machine. He has a couple XPs. He also has a Vista. Okay, so how are we going to manage him for the same price we're doing this guy when we have to automatically upgrade into everything because we can't maintain anything that old?
Yeah.
We will. We have customers that still using Vista.
Yeah.
And Vista and
XP, everybody loves
XP.
XP,
Oh, I
man.
still get XP on my laptop.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean I love XP, but I mean I'm seriously, I still have some customers that you have NT server running out there. I've got some people on 2000 server. I mean in fact I've got two servers running in here. I have one 2003 and I got 2012 I built a year and a half ago. Okay, 2003 still runs, still work perfect. I got all my old programs on it that if I need to archive and get information out of, that's where it sits. I get it off it. It's a good server, not a thing wrong with it. But when he priced it out as going like this dentist who just opened up, had all new everything. We didn't have to do much. We go in, put in some antivirusing, drops are already there. No big thing. When you go over to this guy here, we had to put drops in. We had to update because I mean, you can't do half the stuff we want to do with Vista.
Yeah.
So we have to upgrade you this much here. Oh, you said, if you ever go and take care of it, we can lose our ass on that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And not on this one. These are both fictitious. I'm blowing smoke on you on this one, but these are examples I've seen out there in the world that has happened. Don't assume. You make an ass out of yourself when you assume, because the first three letters of assume is what?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So don't assume. Know what the customer's needs are.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That's the biggest problem people have. Right. All right. What next question? Any other questions?
I think that's all we got.
Yeah.
Well, darn.
We should be set.
Well, darn. Any other question you guys need to ask me about anything?